we on?
Yeah.
Are we on? Okay. Alright, my name is Jonathan Lester. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about bed bugs. So I want you to think of it like this. So you just got home from a long day's work, or school. You're getting ready to, you want to come home, go to bed. The temperature is just right in the room. You kick off your shoes, you hop in the bed, and fall asleep. Now the only two senses that are working while you're sleeping is your hearing and your smell. But with bed bugs, they don't make any noise and you can't smell them. Now they come out from the shadows, they crawl up from the cracks behind the bed, and then they have the feast on your body all night. You wake up with welts and red marks, don't know what's going on. Bed bugs have had a glorious feast on your skin last night. Now, a little bit of an overview in history. They are an external parasite, kind of like a fly, the bugs that bother you. They're mainly active at night. They like to feed on the blood of warm-bodied sources, humans, animals, dogs, cats, things like that. They're fast-moving. They are more active in warmer climates. After one blood meal, they can live for about 10 to 20 months. And during that time, females can lay anywhere between 200 to 500 eggs. So, that's a lot of eggs in 1 year, year and a half. They can endure long periods of starvation. They're excellent hitchhikers. They like to stay close to food sources, but they can live in a variety of objects like your lamps, your underwear drawers, your hats, cracks inside the bed, things like that. And all over your house, basically. Now, for me, I was in the Navy for 11 years. One of my jobs as a preventive medicine tech was to do bed bug inspections on rooms that had them really bad. We would go in, we would inspect. It took about 45 minutes to an hour to get down the whole room. I used to do presentations and training like this to medical officers, senior people in command, hotel managers and stuff like that on base. And like I said, I did that for about 11 years, so I got pretty kind of good at it and to how to find them and things. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about the history, some basic background info on the bed bugs. History, they've been around for thousands of years. It was first reported in England in the 1500s, actually written down on paper. Somebody found bed bugs in their house and I thought it was a good idea to write it down for today's presentation slideshow. They made their way to the United States, the colonies back in the 18th century, coming on the ships from over there to here. And during World War II, after World War II and everybody started using DDT, it pretty much wiped them out. Now it wiped out a lot of other stuff too, and along with birds and stuff like that. But here for the past 15, 20 years, they've been making a pretty crazy comeback. Let's see. So what they look like is this right here. They can be flat when they don't have blood in them, and then they're round when they do have blood in them. The males can be 1/4 of an inch long, or the adults can be 1/4 of an inch long. The little baby ones, put it in contact. So if this was like one of those 16-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew, Coke, or whatever, you put the female in here. So she's got an egg. She lays some eggs. Then when the nymphs crawl out, you screw that lid all the way on tight. They can crawl through the thread on there in that bottle. Give you a perspective how small they are. And they got this reddish and brownish color going on. They kind of look like a flattened tick. Now to look at bite recognition, the little red marks, stuff like that. Typical one is painless. You can't feel it because they basically have like the same anesthetic in their proboscis as like mosquitoes do and ticks. Whenever they stick that in, you can't feel it. But it can develop into swelling, welts, severe itching, rash. Somebody's like allergic to it or just has like a real bad reaction to it, like hives and things like that. They only really tend to go for exposed skin. So if you're sleeping with long sleeves on, whatever like that, we usually only go for your hands and things like that. Like if you sleep in pants, they'll only go for your feet. There's really not too much of a health risk. So you don't have to worry about getting a gonorrhea or the flu or tuberculosis or things like that from bed bugs. They are, however, a psychological and emotional stress factor. Sleepless can cause sleeplessness, agitation, anxiety, worry, severe cases of aggression. If you have to get rid of like all your furniture because of bed bugs, you just lost all that money and got to redo everything in your bedroom, then I think we'd all be pretty mad too. Excuse me. And a financial burden along with emotional stress as well. Like I said, there's no evidence of them transmitting any crazy diseases. And prevention and elimination, so you want to find them first, see what they look like. Black spots, you're going to have your live bed bugs. They're going to leave the skin shells because they shed their skin like snakes do. And then look for blood stains and stuff like that. Now to get rid of them, you have to remove everything off mattresses, items, furnitures, anything beside your bed in your bedroom, your carpet. Come in there and spray it with some chemicals, do like a fogger thing like that, call the Orkin Terminex man. And they have another one that probably works the best but costs the most, which is heat, which is they come in, they put a big heater right in the middle of the floor, and it's got to heat the house up to 130 degrees for at least 2 hours. And that kills everything inside that. So, in conclusion, for summary, today I've informed you about bed bugs and their habits, hopefully how to prevent and treat and eliminate them. Like I said, one female can live from 10 to 18 months and lay a bunch of eggs during that time frame. It can be very, monumental if they're allowed to hang out in your house for that long of a time period, and financially burdensome. They can hitch ride on clothes thrown on the floor, hats thrown on the floor, underwear, suitcases under mattress, things like that. So you go to the hotel, put your suitcase under there, bring it back home, and then you go in your bed. To bed bugs, it doesn't matter if you're clean, dirty, somewhere in between. If they catch a ride on you at the Philippines, they're gonna come back here with you to your nice house, to your homeless shelter, to wherever. And the recent influx has hit everywhere across the United States. So hopefully, with these tips and tricks I gave you, you can help prevent yourself from becoming part of the bed bug apocalypse.